Hi Aries, welcome to How I Love Tarot. This is your general reading for the month of April 2021. I've already begun to pull your tarot and your oracle card. As and when the oracle cards become relevant, I will read them out to you. As this is a general reading, it could go in all over the place. It could go to your love life, it could go to your money and finances, it could go to something completely unrelated. It is a very general reading, so please apply it as it pertains to you. So what I'm looking at here in your strength position, your first card, is we've got the Hanged Man. And what we have here, I just need to read this out, Aries. So what we have in your strength position is a temporary pause for reflection and insight, an awakening where you see things in a whole new light, embrace your own uniqueness, charitable actions. So this is sitting in your strength position. You're looking at things from a really different perspective. It does feel like it's taken you some time to get to this place of kind of wanting to look at things in a new way. You know, there's a conflict here. There's the conflict of, yes, you want to look at things in a new way, but there's been a lot of resistance in your mindset and in your life at actually doing that. So this is now sitting in your strength position, which is absolutely wonderful because you're coming strongly into this energy of understanding that if you don't have a new perspective on something, things can't change in your life. And I just want to give you a small example of that, Aries. So people really don't understand what it means when they say, I need something, you know, there's a new perspective, you have a new view on something. Imagine where you're sitting right now and looking at this reading, okay? What I want you to do is just turn your head to the left, completely to the left, you know, as long as you have mobility. Turn your head to the left. And I want you to look at everything on the left side that you're just now looking at. And look at everything and see what you notice. Now, don't move your head, but can you remember what was in front of you or to the right? You can via memory. Now, what I want you to do is turn your head all the way to the right. And now look at what's in the right side of you. Changing your perspective is like that. It's like your head is turned in one direction, even though you're sitting in the room that you're sitting in. It's not realizing that if you move your head around, you can get a different perspective, and that you've been looking in one direction the entire time, thinking that because you're in the room, you know what's in the room, that you have a good perspective on all areas of the room. But what you have been doing, metaphorically, Aries, is just looking at one area of the room. And what I'm asking you to do, and what the tarot is explaining over here, is that you've got a shift of perspective. It's like you realize, oh, if I turn in this direction or this direction, I'll notice these things. I'll notice these opportunities. I'll notice whether I want to make choices in that direction. Very strong start to your reading, for your general reading. And here we have renewal. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Emperor, and we have the Star card. So what I'm going to start to do is just kind of look at this energy collectively. And again, this is in your, I don't know if I said it or not, but it is in your challenge position. Sorry if the cards are bent there. So let's take a look. I'm going to read these out to you. So we have renewal, and we have reviewing the past with compassion and forgiveness. Time to head into a new direction. Clarity on your life, purpose, in your heart, and to know what to do. Okay, so that's the first card in your challenge position. I'm very drawn to the fact too that there's a family here. Then we have do what you love, recognition for the highest quality of work, especially creative endeavors. being paid well for your craft, working well with others, an excellent reputation. All right, I already know where this is going. So this is in your challenge position. And then we have the Emperor. Logic and organization will increase your success. Take charge of the situation, accept a leadership role, structure and discipline. And then we have the Star card. Have faith, the future is bright, dreams come true, positive changes that bring an end to challenging times, the light at the end of the tunnel. So all of this is sitting, these are all beautiful cards, and they're all sitting in your challenge position. So what it shows here is kind of like, let me start with this renewal card here. There is a sense, and I just have to say it because I'm getting it, whether you are in a relationship or not in a relationship, whether you're in a commitment or not in a commitment, there is a sense, Aries, that you're doing things alone. And the challenge is that you don't want to stay that way anymore. It feels as if you want integration in partnership. You want to be fully committed and fully like have the support system that you need. And I don't mean like, you may have family support, that kind of thing, but there's a higher level of commitment that's needed, that you need, either from your relationship that you're already in, or from a partnership that you're in, or if you're single, just even having romantic attachment. So it feels as if that the challenge is that you're kind of acutely aware at this point in your life that you're doing things alone. And the challenge is to kind of, you're very independent, Aries. And so the challenge is like there's a recognition and an understanding that two heads are better than one. And you're kind of coming into this energy, but because you're so independent, it's a bit of a struggle. And then we have here, do what you love. And I feel as if you're moving into an endeavor that you're finally accepting, having the courage to kind of move in the direction that you want with your creativity. And there feels as if like there's a tentativeness about that. There's a tentativeness in like taking that risk. Aries, you're very kind of grounded. You make logical, structural decisions that are very, what's the word? Safe. All right. So going into something creative, taking a risk, putting all that energy into what you need to put it into can be a challenge for you, but you're definitely in that energy right now. And then we have the Emperor, and it's kind of like, this is what I just said. Logic, organization will increase your success. Take charge of the situation. Accept a leadership role, structure, and discipline. So you can do that in your working environment, Aries. You can do it successfully, in fact, in your working environment. But when it comes to self-discipline and getting your own things done for yourself, I feel again that there's this lack of balance, and it is a challenge in your life. And this is where I see if you have the intimate support, and I do mean in an intimate relationship, it feels as if that will give you the encouragement to have the self-discipline, because it's almost like you're accountable to somebody. But when it's like friends and family and you're talking about these ideas and creativity, they will support you. They will give you kind of critical feedback and things like that. But you're not accountable to them, right? You can take it or leave it. They're not going to kind of encourage you to the point of, you need to get this done and blah, 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 blah. This is the kind of stuff that happens in pillow talk, right? When you're with a partner where you're kind of, you're sitting on the edge of something and you really want to go for it. But it's the kind of thing that is kind of like at nighttime in pillow talk, when you're just kind of falling asleep with your person and you're talking about your wishes, dreams, and desires. And if you're alone, or if you are in a relationship where you don't have that kind of dynamic, what's happening at bedtime is that it turns into worry, it turns into concern, it turns into fear. But if you have somebody that's supportive, that's laying next to you as you fall asleep at night, and you're just kind of like a stream of consciousness, you're just kind of telling them, I really would, I had such a tough day today, I really want to write that book or create that screenplay or create my piece of artwork or do that blog or, you know, get on social media and really spend my time doing that. And I can really see a vision in that. I really love doing what I'm doing when it comes to that. And then your person turns to you and says, you know what, you have so much creativity and blah, 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 blah. And they start encouraging you. And then when you fall asleep at night, it's the last thing you hear. The last thing you hear is somebody encouraging you. And what that does is it sits into your subconscious mind. It attaches to your soul's purpose, your soul's journey. And what ends up happening is you wake up in the morning with a whole new, renewed kind of outlook, and you don't know why you woke up with that renewed outlook. It's because you have pillow talk. It's because you have somebody next to you encouraging you. So you're at a time in your life, Aries, where if you are not in partnership with somebody, it would be good if you could find somebody that kind of really resonates with you and believes in you. For those of you in a relationship where maybe you guys just don't have that kind of dynamic, it is worth kind of telling your person, you know, I kind of need encouragement in this area. You know, can you help me with that? You know, or sometimes all it needs is communication. And that person, your person, will be like, oh yeah, I can do that. Of course I believe in you. I thought that was a given. I thought you knew, right? And especially like if it's just family and friends, you can even ask your family and friends in the interim while you're waiting maybe for this love interest to come along. You can say to them, you know, I really need you to hold me accountable, especially if it's like a best friend or a very close family member. You can actually say to them, you know, listen, I have this dream. I've been talking about it, but I need to be accountable for it. I need to be answerable for it. I need somebody that's going to kind of have the wind to my sails, because it's tough doing it on my own. And, you know, it may seem like a weakness to say that, but it actually isn't, because people love to help. Aries, you love to help. Everybody loves to be of value and of service. And when you can turn to a trusted friend and you can say, hey, this is kind of like my vision and my dream, but it has to be somebody that's authentic and truly believes in you. And so that's usually a best friend or a family member. And you can say, hey, this is kind of what I want to do, but I'm struggling with it. I don't need the peanut gallery feedback, but what I do need is encouragement. So I need to run my ideas by somebody. I don't need you to give me the ideas. I have them. What I need is a cheerleader. I need you to kind of listen to when I'm getting off track, you know, when I'm too focused on work and not on my own projects. I need you to kind of reground me and recenter me and say to me, you know, hey, what about your own projects? What have you done with that this week? You know, so friends are very valuable, loved ones are very valuable, but they just don't know how to help you. And so if you turn to them and say, this is what I need, they'll be more than happy to turn around and say, yeah, I can do that. Because guess what, Aries? You would do that for somebody that you love and you care about, or one of your best friends. You would turn around and, hey, you need help with that? Definitely. Of course I believe in you. I've always believed in you. This is your outcome. We have that High Priestess. We have the King of Swords. Looks like he's fallen asleep in this picture. But and then we have the Five of Wands. So what's happening here in your outcome is that you are going to go into that inner knowing. You're going to really connect with your soul's true desire. This is a process, Aries. This is not me doing a reading and then you get there today. This is kind of the energy that I feel like you've been in since I've been reading on YouTube since September 2020, and Spirit World is bringing back your readings to me. I don't remember these readings, Aries. I've done like 600 of them already on YouTube. But they're bringing back your reading and they're telling me that you've been in this energy from about December 2020 is what they're telling me, where you're kind of really trying to connect with your spiritual knowing or your higher self or the divine within you to lead the way and, you know, kind of fulfill your soul's contract, what you came on earth to do. And so you're really kind of getting into that energy, and that is your outcome. You're going to start to follow your So we have head energy, right, which is mental energy. And you always know when you're in that because you're anxious, you're fearful, you feel the very physical emotions, fear, loneliness, sadness, I can't do this, right, doubt. But when you raise your vibration, either through working out, meditation, prayer, what ends up happening is you connect with your higher self, this soul energy, where you connect with your soul contract. And this is what I'm saying about at nighttime pillow talk. Because as you're falling asleep at night, do you know what happens at night, Aries? You connect back with why you're here on earth. And so that's why the first part of the dream state is processing what's happened during the day. And if you're having a particular stressful time in your life, you know, your dreams could be filled with nothing but processing all of that energy. But at some point through the sleep cycles, probably around the 4th sleep cycle, if you're sleeping properly and you're not like drug-induced sleep and you're going through your or alcohol-induced sleep, you're going to go through your sleep cycles properly. And about 4 a.m., let's say you wake up at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. or later, but about the 4th sleep cycle is when you're connecting with your soul, with your higher energy. And sometimes as soon as you're getting into this energy, the way that you know that you're connecting more with this energy is you will wake yourself up. Believe it or not, you will wake yourself up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., usually no later than 5 a.m. And you will just remember a dream. Now, sometimes for those of you that are very, very stressed out, it is a stressful dream. It may be a nightmare, right? Don't worry about that. Doesn't mean anything. But many times, more times than not, when you're waking up around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., you're coming to the end part of your sleep cycles where you're most connected to your higher self, your soul. And your soul is coming through with messages for you. So you'll wake up and you'll be like, you know, I just had this beautiful feeling. When you have that beautiful feeling, or when you have innovation, or when you have an idea, you have just connected with your soul. So this is what this is showing. It's showing the outcome here. This picture is hilarious. This king is so bored shitless. Look at that. Can you see that? I mean, do you want your king to look like that? I don't think so. But anyway, it says intelligent, impartial, respected, stoic, receiving wise advice, remain objective and fair-minded, public speaking, communicate clearly, unemotional, relationships or being emotionally unavailable. Let me read that again. Emotional relationships or being emotionally unavailable. This is what I was saying at the beginning of the reading, that you've gotten into an energy where you know that you've been alone too long. And I mean that even if you're in a relationship. There's something about the dynamic where you're not getting... Not deliberately, I mean, for some of you, maybe it's deliberately, where you're not getting the feedback that you need. You're not getting the support that you need because you're very strong and independent, Aries. And so this shows that you're fed up of doing it on your own. You're just fed up. So the outcome is you're moving towards that energy. Sorry, Aries, that's my dog. We're nearly done. And here we have the 5 of Wands. And so this is the outcome too, right? Conflict with others by opposing opinions. Walk away from drama unless the situation is really worth your time. Then stand up for yourself. Very ambitious people. So this may be, you know, the pendulum may swing the other way, in that where you've been kind of going with the flow in a work situation, in order for you to kind of create... Now, be careful about this, right? I'm not saying that you should do this, but in order for you to create the kind of outlet that you need in regards to the energy of creating what you want for your life, it may be disturbing the environment around you, right? And we don't really want you to do that because that's unhealthy behaviors where you create conflict in your working situation. And then you kind of force your hand in that you create a situation where you're laid off or fired or you're treated poorly by your boss. And then unconsciously, basically what you're doing is you're sabotaging because you don't have the courage by yourself to go after what it is that you're dreaming about. So you create this conflict externally in your waking life where you have no choice but to leave the environment that you're in and chase your dreams. That is unhealthy, Aries. Don't do that. What I'm telling you to do is recognize it's the energy that you're in. You're going to feel conflict, right? Because the minute you come into this energy where I kind of really want to go after my dreams and create something new in my life, what it does cause is conflict with everything that you've been doing. And I can go into a whole psychology lesson into that, Aries, but I'm not going to. I'm a psychologist, by the way. That's why I can go into a whole psychology lesson. But this is just a quick reading, a quick general reading. So I would say be careful about conflict because it's there. But your outcome is you're getting into your higher energy. You're getting into that space of knowing what it is that you want, but it's not without its turmoil. And I do feel that the direction that you're going in here is about like moving in a direction where you kind of need the help to get off the ground. And you need compatibility in your life, and you want to, the next chapter of your life is all about creating the life that you want. So I do see a positive outcome in the month of April because you're coming into this very beautiful energy of kind of inner knowing. It's stronger, right? So if you're already there, it's going to get stronger. And I think that's a beautiful outcome for you because it means that it gives you traction, it gives you direction, and it gives you connection to others. Keep your heart space open, all right? I mean, I know, Aries, you can go for the rest of your life alone, but it's not about being with a partner to use that partner, right? It's not about getting your needs met through a partner. Whenever you join with somebody else to try and get your needs met, that's when relationships fail. You should be able to stand on your own in that relationship, and that relationship is a complement to who you are. It's not you needing their love, you needing their support, you needing their wisdom. That should not be happening because then you create a very unhealthy relationship. What should be happening is that you are powerful by yourself, they are powerful by themselves, and together you come to create a union where you enhance each other's lives just by being there. So this is a beautiful kind of energy that you're in the month of April, Aries. And so that's kind of what I have to say, other than the fact that just be wary of that conflict, okay? Aries, I hope this helps, and I will check out your money, career, and finance reading. I've already done that for the month of April. And if you're interested in your love reading, that's going to be towards the end of the month. So check that out too. Make sure you hit subscribe and like the video and hit the bell button. Hit the bell button, especially if you want these readings, you want the notifications to come up, especially if you're resonating with these readings. Hit that bell button so you know when the readings come out. Aries, it's been a pleasure. Talk to you soon.